I'm super excited to finally come out with a new project again. It has been quite a while since I've done a project in a different country. So the last time was the Peak project, which I shot in Nepal. And for this project, I was looking for an NGO, preferably in Holland, to get a collaboration with. And I got in touch with Orange Babies, which is an NGO from the Netherlands. And they invited me to join them to see their projects in Zambia. We went over for a week to Zambia in the fall of 2023. And the project is called Champions. So Orange Babies is a foundation dedicated to fighting HIV and AIDS, particularly in Southern Africa. Their mission is to prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV, support pregnant women, and provide care for babies, children, and adolescents affected by the virus. They have a strong focus on education, on healthcare, and social support. And they are aiming to reduce new infections and improve the quality of life for those living with HIV. The project I have done for them is a project that already existed, and it's one of their key programs. It's called Champions. And with Champions, they train young people to raise awareness about HIV in their communities, promoting prevention and testing, and providing also support to their peers. The Champions are a group of young, passionate young adults trained by Orange Babies to become advocates in their communities in Zambia. These young people, many of whom have personal experiences with HIV, are educated to raise awareness about sexual health and HIV prevention. They use creative methods like social media and theater, but also sports to reach their peers. But they're also amazing in creating these safe spaces for discussions on these vital topics with people of the same age. The Champions, they serve as a role model, helping others to access testing, treatment, and education, and play like a crucial role in reducing the stigma and promoting healthy behaviors within their communities. So the way that I photographed these people is that I wanted to set up a daylight studio at one of the schools that were supported by Orange Babies as well, because besides the 25 champions that they train, they also support a wide range of other projects in the area. One of the projects is an elementary school, which I believe holds like 400 children, and they support the school by providing all these kids food and water and education all year through. So that was like the perfect base for us to set up this daylight studio to photograph not only the champions, but also children of the school. For this project, I wanted to have this hybrid version of the projects that I already did and the studio work. So it is a mix of both. So what you see in the book and what you see in the exhibitions is actually a hybrid between the portraits I did of the people on location, but also we brought like all our stuff from Holland in big suitcases. And we wanted to try to see if we can work with all the textures and the fabrics and the shapes that we use here in the studio in Holland, and bringing it to Zambia, bringing it to the daylight studio with these people. I wanted them to feel like kings and queens and portray them as champions as they are. I wanted to show how proud and how strong they are. And for me, it was having the safe space of the studio there, because I just know what I'm doing in the studio. But still, it was a very much a case of improvisation. And it was very spontaneous because we were actually setting all these shots up at the spot. So we didn't plan anything. We just went for like the vibe and the mood. And I know that all of the champions we worked with, whose names are in the back of the book, they were so amazing. They were so helpful, and they were so willing to make this a success. And they really enjoyed being in these photos. And when I showed them the pictures on the back of my camera, they were so enthusiastic about the whole thing. So that really was a proud moment for me to have these people in a beautiful way. Orange Babies is the organization that is fighting HIV and AIDS, and I've met a lot of young people who are dealing with HIV and AIDS like every day of their life. Either they're infected themselves or someone close by. And still there's this energy, this thing of not giving up. And all the people I've talked to really had this strong belief in that. And that I think that's one of the key things that I wanted to show in this book as well, that we should raise awareness, we should be talking about this, we should be raising money to help get rid of HIV and AIDS. But I didn't want to make a book where it was a sad story. I wanted to make a book about the people and how strong they are, despite all the misery they encounter in these parts. Yeah, I'm very proud to have made this new book together with an exhibition at Beeldhalla. So I think it's very important, for me at least, to use my talent as a photographer, not only to tell these stories and to create art, but also to raise money and to help these causes. So what we did is, with the works that I shot here in Zambia, we did a charity night at the end of 2023. And during this night, we sold the first artworks that I selected from the project. And on that night only, we raised 120,000 euros for Orange Babies, which I donated to them in full. And for the first 6 months after that charity event, they sold my work as well. And up until this moment, they sold for over 200,000 euros worth of my art, which goes directly into the projects that we visited and photographed. So for me, the whole circle is rounded again. It's a full circle, because it's not only me doing a project, but it surely helps raising awareness, but also raising money to help this wonderful organization do these amazing projects there, and to help the people that I actually photographed. So for me, that's a super important part. I would like to say that from today on until eternity, I will donate 10% of all the sales of my artworks to Orange Babies, so that they can keep up the good work that they do.
Orange babies, you are my friend, a friend indeed, a friend who can in times of need. Look at my stomach, look at the garden, look at the tank, all because of you, my friend. Thank you.